triple threat. You all need this. Cancel, complain, protest. See ya, Rogan. In an act of solidarity with the way I vote, I shoot with my left. Bernie. Oh. I think we're going to be doing a little bit of scrimmaging today. Instead of shirts and skins, I'm thinking just skins and skins. Free the nipple. Excuse me. I was wondering, we're down by a lot. Can we kind of redistribute the points a little bit? Their best player has so many. Can we get some of theirs? You all, I just ask that you hustle. If you can't hustle, then we're going to get on the line and we're going to run mental health. No, we don't call them suicides anymore. No, I'll run them with you. You keep that up and we'll do Zoom therapies. Down and back. Next drill we're going to work on, guys, is transition defense. Not like that. Unless you want. What do you want, Brexton? Someone drives into the paint, you stay in here, but we do not take charges. No, we have enough men in this country taking charge. Just let them through. Team, I do have some bad news. As you know, we were supposed to play the Warriors tomorrow night, but I decided to forfeit for us until they changed their name. I do love the referees' jerseys. Just, so evenly, black and white, so progressive.
Hey, this woke culture is getting a little too extreme. Today I got accused of cultural appropriation for using chopsticks at a Vietnamese restaurant.
It's crazy that some people would have never gone back to the birthplace of their parents or their grandparents. And I'm like, wow. And sometimes it's the people who pretend to be the most woke.
Well, it finally happened, you guys. I had a person or people contact my principal, letting them know that I'm such a horrible person for believing in the Second Amendment, backing our police officers, believing that people should have the choice to make their own medical decisions, and all of these other horrible things that I believe. And I just have one thing to say to those people. I feel bad for you. I mean, how disgusting of a person can you be to find someone's employer and contact them just because they have a different opinion than you? I have never attacked any person for having a different belief than me. And in fact, I welcome conversation with people who have a difference of opinion than me. But you are so privileged in your life and in your opinion that you think that you have the right to contact someone's employer to let them know about their views and try and get them fired? Sorry to break it to you, but I still have my job.
Using other people's culture is not disrespectful. Some people are curious as to what it's like to be a part of that culture. Some people have that culture deep within their lineage, which calls them back to it. And some people just like to try new things. Rather than gatekeep culture, we need to be embracing it because that's what culture is for. It's not meant to be gatekept. I'm out.
Russia and Ukraine are meant to negotiate, and over on Twitter people are commenting why there are no women in the Ukrainian contingent. You gotta feel sorry for these blokes, because even if they do defend themselves against the invading Russian army, they're still gonna get cancelled on Twitter for not doing it with enough diversity. Yes, equal representation is important, but let's focus right now on just stopping World War III.
So Joe Rogan has been in the news because he claims that straight white men won't be able to talk anymore due to woke culture. And as a straight white man, I feel pretty qualified to tell him that he is talking shit. Not about the woke culture bit, he's bang on the money there. He's talking shit about the straight white man bit. Because woke culture and cancel culture is something that affects everybody, regardless of ethnicity and regardless of gender. If you want great comedy, you have to risk being offended. And besides, just because you laugh at something doesn't mean you necessarily agree with it. And that's not to mention that what people are offended by changes over time. In 1979, when Monty Python released the film The Life of Brian, it was widely condemned and banned from cinemas. It was meant to be that offensive. John Cleese and Michael Palin had to literally go on TV and defend themselves. And it ended up being one of the best British comedy films of all time. And if the cancel culture brigade had got their way, nobody would have seen it. So in conclusion, this whole woke culture thing isn't just a straight white man problem, it affects everyone.
Okay, I've got one. Two people of unspecified gender walk into an undisclosed location. Person one looks at person two and says, "Hey, guess how woke I am?" in a neutral tone so as not to trigger person two. Person two then looks at person one while letting them know through their eyes that they have in fact not been triggered and says, "I don't know, how woke are you?" reciprocating that same neutral tone so as not to trigger person one. Person one looks back at person two, also letting them know through their eyes that they have in fact not been triggered and says, "So woke?" So people are the main characters in this joke. That's offensive to animals. You know what? You're right. Let me start over. Two figures of unspecified gender and species walk into an undisclosed location.
Find my outfit offensive?
Just, yeah.
You find it offensive? Do you find it offensive?
Maybe a little.
Do you think my outfit is offensive?
Are you Mexican?
No.
Yes.
You don't really understand what their culture means and what it means to wear these things, like the hats and the maracas.
can I just ask you, do you like my costume?
I like your mustache.
Do you?
Monthly.
Does my outfit offend you?
You look no. You look nice.
Thank you. Do you like my outfit?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Does my outfit offend you?
No, not at all.
Some people get offended by what I'm wearing.
No, it's not offensive. I think it's you're in the right atmosphere.
You know who sold me this?
No words needed. No idea.
Mexicans.
Oh, really?
And so you're white and you get offended, but then Mexican people who sold me this and made me this don't get offended.
And finally, new rule, the only time there should be two national anthems is when the other team is from Canada. This season, the NFL has added Lift Every Voice and Sing, commonly known as the Black National Anthem, to the Star-Spangled Banner before games. And 2 weeks ago, I opined that it was fine to get rid of the old anthem. We just shouldn't have two. Now, if you watch this show for opinions and you want to know what the correct opinion on the anthem is, that's it. That's the correct one. We shouldn't have two. The program The View last week devoted a lot of time to this while somehow avoiding what I actually said. It seemed to be a lot about a need to school me on the Black National Anthem itself. Whoopi Goldberg said we need two anthems because, quote, we're having to re-educate people. Because nothing ever goes wrong when you start talking about re-education. Just ask Chairman Mao. Maybe we can set up some sort of camp. Now, I don't believe we should enforce patriotism by singing anything. And if there's one thing I hate more than groupthink, it's audience participation. But I am what you might call an old-school liberal who was brought up with the crazy idea that segregating by race is bad. That's what I was talking about. And again, when it comes to an anthem, it doesn't have to be the one we currently use, but it has to be just one. You know, because it's a national anthem. And symbols of unity matter. And purposefully fragmenting things by race reinforces a terrible message that we are two nations hopelessly drifting apart from each other. That's not where we were even 10 years ago, and it's not where we should be now. Where we should be now is here.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America.